Yeah, my name is Jakabit Jackson. Welcome back to Music Production Guide. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on the location you're watching this video from. My name is Jakabit Jackson. Welcome back to Music Production Guide. This is a channel that is here to teach you guys on how to be a music producer and have a successful production. This is a continuation of the part 1 video we did on the secret of professional mixing and mastering of rap or trap vocals in Cubase. This is the part 2. So if actually you didn't follow us in the last video, which is the part 1, then you should check our videos, you watch them so you can be able to follow up, because I will not be repeating most of the things I said at the part 1. So I'll be actually saying different things in this part 2. So without wasting more of our time, let's go straight into the video for today. Let's play what we have done so far, then we go to the next tips for today. You know why I repeat that line is because in our part 1 I have repeated that line a couple of times, so you guys will have a clue on what I was trying to say. So I'll go straight to the chorus, or rather the point where the guy used as a chorus, so you can play and listen from it. Man, this guy is too talented. Code 1, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to use this body of work to illustrate this. I already thank you in the part 1, so I'm still thanking you again. So without wasting time, let's go to what we have for today. We have already mentioned about noise suppressor, which is NX1, that comes from Wave Post Production. We added our EQ, our compressor, our DSR. I mentioned all that, how we're able to do that, and maximizer. So at the part 1, I taught you guys, after setting up your channel, you can as well paste those templates which you used on a particular channel over to the other channel that you may want to use. So we are going straight to paste them to this one, that is the chorus, that is Control V, while the Control C is for copy. So this is what actually we want to do right now. So we are done pasting. So let us play just the chorus without the beat for us to understand. So we are soloing just the chorus to understand what is going on at that point. Okay, let's add the backups and see. You see the backup is more thicker and it makes the chorus balanced. It makes the chorus more balanced. So what I'm trying to say here is that as a mixing engineer, you should be creative even on the way you handle some backups, because what makes you different from the next mixing engineer is your creative art on how you're able to handle your backups. Sometimes people don't know how to do the panning systems and how to handle their backups. I try to see if I can split these backups and probably play them in automation part, but because of the thickness, I said no, let me add it straight without using any automation or any effect. Let it be a punch to the main voice, because the main voice is not as thick as this. So that's why I combine it. So let's listen and see. You see? So I think I like it. Let's play with the beat and see how it sounds. You see? It's very enhanced and very simple. Number one tips I would like you guys to understand about your mixing is don't contradict your mixing with a lot of plugins. Don't contradict your mixing with a lot of plugins. It's not by adding too many plugins that makes you mix well. It's not by adding, because you see Mr. A or Mr. B putting so many plugins that makes your sounds look more better. The secret is the simpler your mix, the better it sounds. Because once you keep adding more plugins or more stops to your mix, you are giving more room to noise, you are giving more room to a lot of things that didn't supposed to be happening in your mix. Okay, for instance, let me give you an illustration. If you have a room and you keep loading your room with loads, with too much load, at times load that are important, load that are not important, any person can come and say, let me pack my load. At point in time, you discover that the room will be jam-packed enough that there will not be road or way for someone to pass through, So, but once you give enough space in your room, you will be able to entertain a lot of stops, and be able to even to clean your room very, very well, to detect where the dirty or anything that's supposed to be out from the rooms. I don't know how I'm going to say it, but what I'm trying to say is that the more you give your mix enough space, you'll be able to dictate where the issue comes from, especially when distorted. So if you actually don't understand this, you can write me at the comment below. I'm trying to hasten because of our time. I have a lot to say. So at this junction, you see, it's very, very simple and clear. So let us go straight to our group channel. group channel is a channel that linked the individual channel together. So looking at our group channel, there are some certain plugins which we used. A very simple plugins. One of my tips is that I don't use so many plugins. I try everything possible to make it simple, very simple and straight, you know. So I just used about 3 different plugins or 2 different plugins on my group channel. That does not mean that this is my template or this is how I do it. I use them when I ought to use them, you know. So it's not something I do always. So, but for the sake of this tutorial, this is the stuff I use, and which I will tell you or I will show you. I first of all mute all of them the group for you to listen on how it sounds without the beat. That is without any effect on the group. So the first is classic compressor. As a matter of fact, I so much love this compressor because it acts so wonderful. Like it's so simple and it's very classic, just like the name classic. So I love it so much. So when the compressor is on and when it's off, I'm going to play both of them for you to see what happens. Then I'll tell you the parameters I used. So this is when it is on.
Yes.
So this is when it is off. So if you understand, there's something that happens at that place. I try to reduce my threshold and increase my ratio. I didn't actually touch the attack or release. Then with your ear, you know if actually to increase the gain or not. So this is what happens on the classic compressor. So the next I use is BT stereo imaging. It's just like expander. It works as an expander. I love this company, Norman Factory Stereo Imaging. They have so much plugins, and I use it to separate the stereo to make it more enhanced. So I'll play without and without the plugin, and I'll play with the plugin, and I'll tell the parameters I used.
Yes.
Now play with the stereo enhancer, or rather stereo imager.
Yes.
Okay, so this is it. These are the 2 major plugins I use at this group. These are the 2 major plugins. These are the 2 major plugins. Actually, I didn't add any other stops. These are 2 major plugins I use. Very simple and very straight. So we are playing with the beat when all these plugins are on. As for this, I will come to this particular one. So let's play with the beat and hear how it sounds. You see, Very good, very simple, and very straight to the point. So, like I said, these MV meters, actually, whenever you are mixing, you should be very careful about distortion. You be careful to monitor your general output so that it won't distort. Sometimes it comes with something like clip red showing you a distortion, so you make sure that you should avoid this red clip. And this is the reason why I use my MV meter, just to monitor what is going on in the whole mix. So I place this MV meter at this group. So let me play without the beat, then and see what is happening at the MV meter. You see, actually is on minus 0.4. It's not clipping. So, and the same thing happens at the beat. You select, you check both of them to see. So this is on minus 7. I think we should give this beat a little bit. I reduced it from the individual channel to minus 6. So I'm increasing it to, like, say 4. So giving it a plus 2 dB. So let's play and see the analysis. I like it. It was minus 7 before, but now it's on minus 6. So I like the balance of the beat with the chorus. So with this, it have already told me that the beat and the vocals are already sitting in place. So let me play through for you guys to hear how it sounds. So you see, so even you listening to the beat or listening to the song, you discover that it's always clear. It's very clear, like very clear. So the next thing you have to do, you have to still monitor your general output. How did I do it? I go to the stereo out from the mixer, then I added it, then added my high resolution UV22, then place it on 24. Then this is at the general output. I just wanted to know the general output volume or peak of what is happening in the whole mix. Then at this, I added my fab filter. I know this is a very good software. I added this fab filter just to do a little bit of subtractive EQ on this whole mix. So I'll play from the beginning, then let's monitor what happens. So the essence of me adding this fab filter at this general output stereo is for me to locate some wrong frequencies and reduce it a bit for me to have a clear mix.
ka kaniba. Anyu wane la pa ni mababa. Mayo makime gunu kwa kaja. Yelu ga bustri tolo mutili. Tenyi roge di ko bakariga. The grace is get automatica. I had the good fucking hoes. All about money and God, some money guy. I'm running alone in my lane. I'm getting the background, feeling the pain. The demon and the banana pack a jam. Hana put them on number one nickel. Yeah, I'm a different man with them. Even if the look you come and I sell. And then make a look of my dear what I tell. I'm running the hood, I could do none of jail. Yeah, Hana Brazil Malakuba. Oh, one did look and I got it. Hana is the best in my production. For money is my only beat. You gonna is the rap or the beat. Yeah, what about money? Why at the back? What about money?
You see, I was able to cut through 246, 754x, and 2325x. So this is just to cut some wrong frequencies that happen at this point, because I noticed that I'm hearing some moody point sound at some point, some mid frequency and some high frequency and low. So that's why I have to cut through at that my stereo out. So at this junction we can still listen back and see what it looks like. So always put your eyes on your meter, on your peak meter, to know the loudness volume and know when it clips. You see, so looking at this alone, I've already tell you that the song is not clipping, is normal. But there's something I noticed again. The beat, the general beat, got to come up because I reduce it to volume -5 dB. So I have to increase it like about 3, so that let the beat come up a bit, because as an hardcore they need to hear that low end, they need to hear that boom boom sound. So I have to increase it. Yes, I think it's okay. Okay. I think we have, at this junction, we have done so much to give you a good rundown, a simple and a good rundown on how you can mix your rap vocals. The next will be on how you can master your rap vocals on this particular voice. So stay back in this channel. If you are new in this channel, kindly subscribe, click the notification bell so that you mix any of this content in the nearest future, because I do post amazing stuffs every Monday and every Friday, at times at some weekdays, so try everything possible to click and share and comment. So the part 3 of this particular tutorial will be coming up very soon in this channel. I'll be uploading very soon in this channel to teach you guys how I did the mastering of these vocals. So if actually this video have been helpful to you, kindly write a comment below and say it has helped me, and I'll reply you. And kindly share and like. Thank you, and thank you for being part of this family.